That one. Okay, the Sanyo Xacti. Good choice.
First, take the camera in your right hand. I'm afraid they don't do left-handed camcorders just yet. And then to switch it on, you either press the little silver button at the top, or you just flip out the screen, which is even easier. If you're really lucky, it'll show you a little picture of a dolphin.
Hooray!
There's very few buttons on the back, so it's not too confusing. There's a button with a red camcorder on it. If you press this, it'll start filming. The word REC appears on the screen, and if you press it again, it'll stop filming. It's that easy. There's another record button near the front of the camera too. It does exactly the same thing. Whatever you aim the camera at will be recorded onto the card. If it wasn't what you wanted, then simply record it again.
Well, like that, for example. I didn't want to see that.
If you want to take a still photograph at any point, whether you're videoing or not, simply press the button with the little white camera on it. If the camera detects that it's too dark, the flash on the front of the camera will go off. It's very clever.
Oh, my eyes! My beautiful beady eyes!
And very bright. It doesn't need any cassettes or discs. It records onto small cards called SD cards that slot into the side. You can easily fit 2 hours worth of footage onto each card. To free up space, you can copy the footage onto your computer and erase the card, or simply slot in a new one. To zoom in or out on an object, use the zoom rocker switch on the top of the camera. The W is for wide, the T is for telephoto. That's nerd speak for zoom. To watch things back, press the middle button labelled Rec Play. A menu appears with thumbnail pictures of all the video and stills on the card. You can highlight one of them with the up, down, left or right arrow keys on the back of the camera, and select one using the Set button in the middle. It'll then play back whatever you've chosen on the screen. If there's nothing on the card, it tells you.
No image recorded.
It can speak several useful warnings, all with the same American accent.
Low battery power.
If you feel you're lost within the camera's menus at any time, you just press the middle Rec Play button once or twice until you leave whatever menu you're in and go back to camera mode. The battery's life is displayed in minutes at the bottom right of the screen.
Low battery power.
If the battery ever runs low, it'll tell you and a red light at the top of the camera will start to flash. You can plug the adapter into the little flip-up socket at the back of the camera and switch it on at the wall. A little red light comes on to show you that it's charging. An hour would be more than enough to charge it fully.
What's the menu button?
That's so you can play around or adjust the settings of the camera. But to be honest, you shouldn't ever have to. It's set up already to record at its best quality.
Okay, what does for Pritom mean?
It's waterproof. This camera is designed to be used in shallow water, on holiday at a beach for example. It means you can use it in the rain without worrying about getting it damaged.
Really? Whoa. You're right.
However, there are two very important things that you have to remember. One, this camera is waterproof. The other one is not. It does not like getting wet, it will break. And two, this one can get wet, but only when it is not plugged into the mains. Water and electricity do not mix. If you plug it in and get it wet, it will damage the camera, fuse the house, and probably kill you. Is that understood?
Okay. Do I look stupid? Don't answer that. What's that green square?
That's the autofocus. It recognises a human face and latches onto it. Keeps it in focus all the time.
Doesn't work for me.
No, I said human faces. That's it. Now to make your films more interesting, how about trying some of these tips? Framing. If someone is saying something important, you don't want them to be miles away. Get in close, make sure they fill the screen, or put something interesting in the foreground or the background. Use your tripod. If you watch TV, you'll see that not every shot is handheld. Some of them pan left or right or tilt up and down a little bit. Sometimes though, It just sits there. It doesn't do anything at all. Handheld shots can make the audiences a little bit seasick, so don't forget, use your tripod.
The next tip is, don't use your tripod. Well, not all the time. Film things from different angles. Most people stand up straight when they're filming, holding the camera at head height, so nearly all home videos are filmed from about 5 feet off the ground, and they all look the same. Just to be different, film something from a really low angle, get a pet's eye view of the world. Use odd angles, extreme close-ups, and fast pans to other people. Remember, you're going to be editing everything that you filmed, so you can mess around with it later and remove anything that you don't need. So plan ahead if you've got an idea, and see if it works in the editing.
Light is important. The camera is like a human eye, and if it's too dark it won't be able to see very well. So if you're filming indoors and there's not much sunlight coming in, switch on the lights, or else your picture might look a bit grainy as the camera tries to see what you're doing.
Try not to aim at any sources of light, or else anything positioned in front of the light will be very dark and silhouetted. Unless, of course, that's the effect you're aiming for. Finally, make it interesting. You know how dull it is being forced to see other people's photo albums? Well, home videos can be exactly the same. Make them snappy and interesting, or else people will just get bored. And you want as many people as possible to enjoy watching your films. You're not just making them for yourself. Rewatch films and TV shows you've enjoyed and see if you can copy the way they filmed it. Okay, grab the camera and get filming. Scene 1, take 1. Hey, wake up. Right, in this shot, you've got to go over there. You've got to jump over the shark pit. Then you've got to avoid the snakes, and then over the spikes. And then once you've eaten the antidote and you've defused the bomb, kiss the girl, then you can run off into the sunset together. That'll be the end of the movie. You ready? Here we go then. Take 1.
Hello, is that the vet? Yes, it's Dan. Again.
Oh, no, nothing's wrong at the moment. Just be on standby.